want you to know that I'm not part of the Milwaukee firefighters. I want to talk to you on two different levels. One starting from the union, and then from my perspective of being a councilman, of what I can do to help defeat this. As a union member, you know, he came out and his whole campaign was to bust the unions. And for some unknown reason, he got elected. And now we're in this big struggle. And then he turns around and he exempts the firefighters and the police. He's not fooling anyone. If anyone's done any contract negotiations, and your negotiator probably agree, when we negotiate contracts, I worked the contracts with our bargaining unit for several years, is they compare the local unions internally when they give out decisions when you go to arbitration. Well, if they strip all your rights away from you, all the rights away from the street workers, all the rights from all the other union groups, and now they say, oh, well, the firefighters or the police they can bargain, they can go to arbitration. That arbitrator is going to look at the internal comparables, and what's he going to see? You have nothing. You people are going to get nothing. Well, they're not going to get anything. So don't be fooled by this thing with the police and the fire. They're going to be in the same ballpark, and they need to be out there fighting alongside you, which the PFFW is going to do. I want to recognize City Manager Mike Huggins. This morning on the city blog, he put out a copy of this economic policy industry a briefing on our Wisconsin public employees overcompensated. If you haven't gotten there to see it, make sure you go and look at it. If you're part of the group that's going to Madison tomorrow, take copies, make sure you give it to everyone so that they can see what this states. And I just have a couple highlights in here. It states that earning equivalent estimate indicated that state and local government employees in Wisconsin are not overpaid. Rather, local and state public employees are undercompensated. When we make comparables controlling education, experience, hours of work, organization size, gender, race, ethnic, citizenship, disability, both state and local public employees earn lower wages and receive less in compensation, including all benefits, than comparable in the private sector. We're not the problem. In the conclusion of this report, it says public sector worker compensation is neither the cause nor can be the solution to the state financial problems. Only an economic recovery can begin to plug the hole in the state budget. Unfortunately, the state's own current budget balancing efforts may prolong the economic downturn by increasing unemployment and reducing demand for products and service. Thousands of Wisconsin public employees have lost jobs and more will follow, causing considerable pain and disruption in their families. Other public employees will have their wages frozen and cut, not because they don't do their job or perform services no longer needed or earn more than they're worth. They will join millions of hardworking, innocent victims of a financial system run amok and the economy operating far below full employment. They do not deserve our anger, our condemnation. This study was done by Jeffrey Keefe. He's a PhD from Cornell University, Associate Professor of Labor and Employment Relations at School of Management and Labor Relations at Rutgers University. But it goes through and it shows we're not the problem to this. the solutions of cutting all of our benefits and all of that aren't gonna be what solves the economic problems in the state. What I can do, hopefully on the council, I've been trying to work, studying most of this so I can have a good idea, but tomorrow morning, I'm gonna call the president of the city council and ask for a special session of the city council, so we can send a resolution to Ms. Madison telling him we're not supporting this bill that's going to cripple labor.